Over the past 6 months, the people of our city have been through a traumatic experience unlike anything else we have seen in our lifetimes.
The COVID-19 pandemic is something that has affected us all in some way.
This is certainly true for the teachers and other staff members in our city's public schools.
When our school buildings were finally closed in mid-March, when the virus began to run rampant, we had only a few days to create a virtual learning environment to serve our 1.1 million students.
And while the stress of trying to adapt to this new normal was certainly strong, it paled in comparison to the grief we felt as more than 70 of our UFT brothers and sisters lost their lives to this awful disease.
Fast forward a few months, and it is clear that our city has indeed made big strides in the right direction.
And as the page on the calendar turns from August to September, it is even more important that we do not become complacent and lose that progress we have made by opening up our schools before it is safe to do so.
We simply cannot afford to repeat what we went through in the spring.
In the call to reopen schools, teachers have often been compared to other essential workers such as doctors, delivery workers, and first responders. While we agree that we are indeed essential, we have one thing that those other essential workers do not: your children.
Your children in buildings that are not safe.
Your children in schools that may not have proper ventilation or adequate PPE.
Your child, even in a global pandemic, in a building that may not even have a school nurse on staff.
To the people who say this virus does not affect children in the same way or at the same rate as it does adults, or that only a fraction of a percent of those cases are fatal, we ask this: how many is too many?
How many of our 1.1 million children are you willing to sacrifice by turning our schools into laboratories to test how fast the virus can spread?
It is evident that we have been given a lot of mixed messages about our city.
While Broadway has already been shuttered for at least the remainder of the year, and it is still deemed too dangerous for movie theaters to open or for restaurants to serve food indoors.
Our mayor has no qualms about opening up our school buildings where children will eat 2 meals a day in their classroom.
We are told that our buildings are safe and that the air quality is fine, yet the very same people who told us that are also suggesting that we hold classes in our schoolyards or on our sidewalks.
We are told that mandatory testing is not practical, yet according to the New York Post, an offer from a respected healthcare agency to test students and teachers for free was repeatedly ignored by the mayor.
We deserve better, our students deserve better, and our city deserves better.
As the summer comes to a close, there is nothing we want more than to be back in school doing the work that we dedicated our lives to.
We miss our schools, we miss our colleagues, and most of all, we miss our students.
We want to go back. We need to go back. But in good conscience, we can only do so if the proper safety measures are put in place in order to ensure that the health and safety of our students, our colleagues, and our communities are protected.
Collectively, we are calling on Mayor de Blasio and Chancellor Carranza to listen to the concerns that have already been expressed by our teachers, principals, as well as students and families in calling for a delay in in-person teaching until all schools have proper ventilation.
An adequate amount of PPE and cleaning supplies, a clear and effective testing and tracing program, and a nurse in every school.
We stand united, we stand union strong, and we stand union proud. Thank you.